Good morning. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to do an alcohol wash, also known as a mite roll. It's a method for determining the level of Varroa mite infestation in your colonies. If you don't monitor mites and you don't treat, the infestation can get out of hand to the point that your colony might not survive. By measuring mite levels in our colonies, we can determine if and when we should treat. And for queen breeders like myself, I can also choose from the most mite-tolerant stock to breed from. Thank you for watching. I keep my mite testing supplies in a bucket that travels with me whenever I go to out-apiaries, so I can test for mites anytime that I need to. I keep my supplies in this bucket so they're always at hand. First, you will need some rubbing alcohol, of course, so that you can do the alcohol wash. You will need a 1/2 cup measuring cup to scoop approximately 300 bees. And then you'll need a mason jar to put the bees in and do your wash. I put some number 8 wire mesh so that I can pour that out into my container. Some people make a double mason jar screwed together so they can just pour it over. I didn't spend that much time making it. Instead, I use a small white bottom bucket to pour in. You want it to be white, obviously, so it's much more easy for you to see the mites at the bottom of the bucket when you do the wash. We usually use a comb from the upper outer brood nest. It's very important to check very carefully so that you don't accidentally put the queen in your mite wash. After making absolutely sure that your queen is not on that comb, shake the bees into the larger bucket. Tap it on the ground so they fall to the bottom and scoop up 1/2 cup, which is approximately 300 bees. When you tap them to the bottom of the mason jar, there should be approximately 3/4 of an inch of bees in the bottom of a 1-quart jar. Pour enough rubbing alcohol into the jar to cover the bees. Then swirl vigorously. You want to shake all of those mites off of the bees, and then pour them into the smaller bucket so that you can get an accurate count. I keep shaking and shaking until I do not see any more mites falling off the bees. Now you can look at the bottom of the bucket and count the number of mites. Not every dark thing at the bottom of that bucket is a mite. There are some bee parts and other bits of debris. I count 10 Varroa mites in the mite wash, which exceeds my treatment threshold. There are various recommended thresholds to consider mite treatment in the published literature. In general, I try to keep mite counts low, particularly in the fall, going into winter when I want plenty of healthy winter bees. I think about treating when the infestation rate is 1% or more, which would be a wash of 3 mites per 300 bee wash. One of the downsides of using an alcohol wash is you do have to kill 300 bees. When considering your colony is 50,000 bees or more, 300 bees is minuscule. I don't like killing bees any more than anyone else, but I also hate when my colonies die from Varroa mites. There are some variations that do not involve killing the bees, such as powdered sugar roll. However, the science has shown that it is not quite as reliable nor accurate at determining your mite counts. I guess I look at doing an alcohol wash as something that's necessary to prevent Varroa from decimating my colonies. I don't like to sacrifice a few hundred bees 2 or 3 times a year, but if it means that I can keep my colonies healthy and alive, I think that the sacrifice of a few hundred bees is something that they would do on their own, whether it was a bear attacking the colony or anything else. Good luck in keeping your bees healthy and mite-free, and thank you for watching.